In this video, we will be working with lines and planes if they are parallel or perpendicular. So first, line PL is parallel to plane M and perpendicular to plane N. So we see PL here is above plane M and parallel to it, and PL is perpendicular to plane N at K. Then line YT is in plane N. So YT is in plane N. In some nondescript fashion, it just lies within the plane. Answer each question with sometimes, always, or never. So first, plane M is perpendicular to plane N. That is always. Now, the reason for that is because we were told right away that PL is parallel to M and perpendicular to N. So plane M and plane N must be perpendicular. Next, plane M is parallel to plane N. That would be never, because if two planes are perpendicular, they cannot be parallel. That just cannot happen. Next, line PL is perpendicular to plane N. Line PL, we're told in the givens that it is in fact perpendicular to plane N right here, so that is always. Now we get to here, line YT is perpendicular to plane M. That would be sometimes. As you can see on the diagram here, it appears that line YT is actually parallel to plane M. Doesn't have to be, but it does appear to be so. However, we are not told the exact orientation, so it could be like this, YT, and that actually appears to be perpendicular to plane M. For that matter, what's to say it's not in this orientation? So Y and T. Since we're not told, we just don't know. It could be parallel, it could be perpendicular, it could be in any orientation in between. Next, line PL is perpendicular to line YT. That is going to be sometimes. The reason for that is that, remember, if a line, say PL, is perpendicular to a plane, here N, then it is perpendicular to any line in that plane passing through its foot. Now, as YT is shown right here, it would not be perpendicular because it does not pass through K, which is the foot. However, let's say the orientation was here. So line YT. This line YT in plane N does pass through K, so it would be perpendicular to line PL. Next, line PL is parallel to line YT. That would be never. Because if line PL is perpendicular to plane N and line YT is in plane N, they just can't be parallel because we know PL is perpendicular to N. The last, line PL is skewed to line YT. Again, that is sometimes. The reason for this is, again, if line YT goes through K right there, YT, then line YT is perpendicular to line PL. If it does not go through K, then it is skew. Skew lines are non-parallel lines in space that do not intersect. As a reminder, let's go for a second back to plane geometry. If we have two lines that do not intersect in a plane, they are parallel lines. Otherwise, they have to intersect in a plane. In space out here, lines that intersect are intersecting lines. They could also be parallel lines. They could also just be skew lines where one passes above another. And that is hopefully most of the things you'll need to know about parallel lines, perpendicular lines, skew lines, parallel planes, and perpendicular planes.